All right, we are live. This is Emil Fisher. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a writer for Jiu Jitsu Times, a Jiu Jitsu competitor, and I've been doing these Facebook Live videos, bringing noteworthy people, both in and out of the Jiu Jitsu world, onto Facebook Live to talk about things that are important to us. You know, the other day I had some musicians on. I've had Mirkatsu, the designer of this wonderful shoot, on a couple of times, or once. I'm going to have a couple more people over the next few days here. Today I've got Haim Gozali. For anyone who doesn't know, Haim Gozali is a Bellator fighter. He fights for one of the bigger organizations in MMA. But I think even more remarkably, Haim Gozali is the first Israeli to compete at ADCC and very much was an ambassador between the ADCC and the Israeli Jiu Jitsu scene. So he brought an ADCC competition to Israel. I did a Jiu Jitsu Times article about him a couple of years ago, and it kind of talked about his experience building that up. So we're not going to go too much into that today, but Haim, tell us a little bit about your background. How'd you get started with Jiu Jitsu? I know you're under Renzo Gracie, but tell us a bit about how you met Renzo and how you got to do that.
Okay, so in 93 or 94, I saw the first UFC, like everybody. It was like a video cassette that came to Israel by mistake. I saw I saw the UFC, I saw Renzo Gracie. I said to myself, I have to study the Jiu-Jitsu. I went to New York. Back then there was nothing in New York. Only Renzo Gracie was like a small gym. I went over there and I started training with Renzo. Like almost more than 25 years, I think. I'm with Renzo.
Nice.
This is my jiu-jitsu life. But before that, I did karate and stuff like that, I was a fighter.
Nice.
Like from 6 years old, I started to train.
Haim, I just sent you the link to the video. If you can share this with your fans, maybe start some watch parties if you're able to from your phone. So one thing that people that are tuning in may not be aware of is in Israel, there's mandatory conscription, and just about every Israeli winds up in the military, and many Israelis learn a martial art called Krav Maga. In America, it's very commercialized, and it's very much a product that is sold to people. Whereas in Israel, it's part of the military curriculum. Can you tell me a little bit about? I'm assuming you served in the military, Haim?
Yeah, of course. I was in the border patrol.
Okay. It's
a special unit of the Israeli police.
Okay.
And I'm trying to do the.
That's fine. Take your time. I mean, we got all the time you want. And one thing, we are bilingual here. If anybody's in the comments and they want to comment or have us respond to them in Hebrew because they don't understand English so well, we can do that as well.
So I was in the border patrol. I went to the army in like 18 years old, like every Israeli. I served like 3 years in the border patrol, and after that I continued to study fighting.
So I'm assuming that you had some exposure to Krav Maga. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah, everybody in the army like doing Krav Maga. Like a small gym. I went over there and I started training with Renzo. I'm trying to. Almost more than 20. Okay, wait. I'm trying to. Okay, that's it. That's good.
Yeah. So what's the? I guess what are the functional differences between Krav Maga and MMA or Jiu Jitsu? Like, how are they different, and why don't you see more Israelis? Because you have this national martial art, you have people that are learning, how to fight at 18 years old. Why don't you see more Israelis in MMA?
Okay, so now we have a lot of people a lot of Israeli in MMA, but fighting in the army, fighting like it's something different. You're fighting for your life, you're fighting for your country. It's not like you're fighting in the ring for money. But now we have in Israeli like I think 100 of people that fighting like professional fighting in Israel. Outside of Israel, we got like 9 people already, so it's good. Like in my time, it was like only me and other guys. Now we got like more, like 10 people like fighting out of Israel, but we have like 6 people that signed in Bellator already. So it's good. And we have like Olga that fight for the Bellator title last year, you know. So the Israeli fighter is like developed, you know, like it's going good now.
Okay, all right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a little bit earlier, we did have an article that we did together talking about your experience getting the ADCC to allow you to fight for them, and then bringing the ADCC Israeli Championship to Israel. Can you just kind of gloss over that? Tell a little bit about how you got to the ADCC and your connection with the Sheikh and with with the people that you have interacted with through that.
So in like, I think in like 2005, I got invitation to be the first Israeli in ADCC. The competition was the first time that, no, not the first time, the second time that they did it, not in Abu Dhabi, you know, they did it in the States, the first time in the States. So they sent me the invitation to be the first Israeli. I went over there, you know, like my experience was, you know, it's like the big show. It's not like a jiu-jitsu competition, you know. I went, my first fight and the last fight over there was with Rico Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You know, he was the UFC champion. It was a crazy fight. It was a good fight. I almost got him in a leg lock. Almost. But it was the only, they got me like in 99 kilo and up. You know, like it was the open division when I was like 90 kilo. So I was like a small guy, and with everybody was heavy over there. So,
wow.
But after the fight, I started to make the connection. You know, I told them we need to do the ADCC in Israel because it's good to see that everybody see the relationship with the, you know, the Arab and the Israeli. You know, like the sport make us all together and stuff like that. So they accept my idea, and like in 2008, I think something like that, they give me the permission to do the first ADCC Israel. So I did it. First ADCC in Israel was 80 people. Second one was the 200 people. The third one was like 400 people. Last one was 600 people, you know, competing. So it's crazy. And then we start to send people to the ADCC Europe, you know. Nobody like qualified to the world. But, you know, people going and we trying, you know. It's a hard competition. It's not like every competition, you know.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I see that the level of the Israeli people, the fighters, is going up and up and up and up. You know.
Yeah, I had the privilege of going over to Israel last year, and actually I taught a seminar at your affiliate Shai Brands Academy, and I got to train a little bit with some of the people in Netanya, and the level there is really amazing. Really high level.
Today we have like European champion. We have like every champion in Europe. Like there's Israeli first place. You know that the level is going up and up and up. And the funny thing, I started old. You know, now I'm like 47 next week, and I still fighting. You know, I'm 47, and I see it, and it's crazy. Something I start like 20 something years ago. Nobody know what is jiu-jitsu in Israel. I bring it to Israel. I start to teach people, and then it started to develop. You know, everybody start their own organization and stuff like that. And now today, you see, we have like Bellator in Israel. We have ADCC in Israel. We have IBJJF in Israel. It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. Now, one thing that I thought was kind of interesting when I was there, there has not been as much of a drive towards leg locks in Israel because there's a lot of focus on IBJJF competition.
Yeah. If you want a leg locks, you have to come with us. We in the pit, you know, we're the only one in Israel, I think, that do that.
Right.
But, you know, I don't know, because people are afraid of getting injured. You know, not everybody is a professional fighter. Even the guy that do jiu-jitsu is not a professional fighter. You know, that want to take the risk because they're not making a lot of money. You know, you go into the ring, you make a lot of money. You don't care if you're going to break your leg, you know. Like 5 minutes ago, before you you do this live, I show my wife one of my fight that they broke my leg inside the ring and I didn't tap even. You know, and then the referee like jumping like that, oh, stop. And the guy like talk to the referee, look, the leg is like broken. Nobody want to take this risk anymore, you know, if you're not making the big money. So that's the problem, you know. So in Israel, they going to the IBJF rule. But if you're going to the big ring like Bellator or ADCC, you have to know everything. Also, ADCC, we have like a amateur and professional, you know. So the amateur doesn't do all the leg locking.
Yeah,
The
it's an amateur sport.
everything. Yeah.
It's definitely an amateur sport. Now,
Yeah.
what do you think of all of this expansion that's been happening as far as, you know, these new super fights that are going on? I know that there was just recently an event, I believe it was in the Ukraine, where there was a Team Israel there, which I thought was really cool. What do you think about that?
I love the super fight. I like it. I love it. I want to do, you know, I was supposed to do a ADCC in before this Corona shit started in the world. So there was supposed to be like, I think like a last week, I think there was a, yeah, what is the date today? 20, yeah, and the 14th, there was supposed to be a ADCC.
Yeah.
In Israel. And what I wanted to do, it was like the regular ADCC, and the night, you know, like an evening show, we do the super fight.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to do. I like it. I like it. You know? And I also wanted to compete, but the Corona stopped the world and everybody's like in the houses, nobody do nothing, you know?
Asur latzet.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So one thing that I think is really cool that maybe some people on here may not know, your son also fights. And you've been on Bellator cards together that I know of. I think that might be the only father-son combo in one of the bigger organizations.
Yeah, we was the first father and son in the big organization, not the small one, because I don't know, nobody know what's going on in the small one. Yeah, the first event was in 2019. I think Bellator 209. Aviv won. I lost to Ryan Couture.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was last year. No, the first one was in 2018. I think the last one was in 2019. Two of us won. You know, so even if it's father and son, it's the first time that the father and son won, and two of them was in the main card. You know.
Nice.
It's like I'm fighting, and after that, Aviv is fighting. So I didn't even take my glove. Went to the, you know, dressing room and go with him. You know, with the clothes, with everything. You know, like I'm fighting. You know, and then he won. They told me go to the ring, go to him, and I was so still for my fight. I was like, you know, my breath was crazy, and I couldn't even breathe. You know, and they told me go to the ring, go to the ring, and I'm like going to the ring, and I'm like, and then Aviv picked me up. You know, and there's an Israeli song that's saying, you know, the Gozali, you know, in Hebrew, it's like, in English, it's like a little bird. And there's like a song in Hebrew that said, you know, something about the little bird, like, like living the house, you know, like a little bird. And they put the song, you know, and Aviv like picked me up, and it was like crazy, you know. So it was like,
amazing.
It was
and
like,
he also won. Didn't he have submission of the year last year? I mean, he hit that crazy Imanari roll that went viral.
It was the fastest submission in Bellator history.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was the second fastest submission in the welterweight division in Bellator. So it's like it's running the family, you know.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about the developments? I know that there have been several developments where Israelis have been allowed to compete and the Israeli flag has been shown. I know that you have a strong Jewish and Israeli identity. To share a little bit about that. Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I'm every fight since I start like 20 something years ago to compete. Every place I was with my like my pants was like blue and white, and then it became like with the Israeli the Star of David, and then it became with the flag. Then the hat to start with the Star of David, and everything was Star of David. So I don't care where I'm fighting. I don't care who I'm fighting. Star of David, the Israeli flag is going to be there. I don't care if the people hate us, people think they can beat us, people think they can kill us. Nobody can kill us and nobody can beat us. I'm with the Israeli flag and I'm a proud Israeli and a proud Jew, and I
Yeah.
don't care about nothing. And today it was the Holocaust, like
Mm-hmm.
when 6 million people, 6 million Israeli Jewish die. So we proud. We proud where we came from, and I'm proud, and I'm gonna take it with me. And my son also do that. Every
Mm-hmm.
place, we don't care. I don't care what they're gonna say in the crowd. I don't care who's gonna curse us. I don't care nothing.
Yeah.
They're gonna deal with the Israeli flag.
Yeah. No, I love it. I mean, every time I see it, I feel like you're representing well, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like it's it brings me pride as a Jewish man. Um, so have you run into a lot of hatred as a result of it? I know I was looking at the comments on one of your pictures like yesterday, and I saw, of course, somebody chiming in. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, in the real world, not in the in the Facebook and Instagram world, nobody talk. When I'm fighting or somebody meet me, nobody talk nothing. Because
But then you're punching them
they're
out.
afraid to talk in our space. But in Instagram and stuff like that, they're cursing, they do stuff like that, free Palestine, free that. I always tell them, okay, you're free, just go. Nobody cares. But they're free Palestine, free that. They're cursing us to put like the finger in the. I'm not there. They told me free Palestine. I said, okay, you're free, just go. What do you want from me? I'm not like politics and stuff like that. But they like to, you know, scramble the politics with the sport. We not don't do that. I don't care about that. I have a good relationship with the ADCC, with the Abu Dhabi. You know, I'm trying to make it. Like no politics, only sport. But people, the only funny thing, the people that cursing you and stuff like that, you're gonna see the profile. No, nothing. It's like a new profile, no picture, no nothing. Nobody like a real man wanna curse you and stuff like that. So if the guy follow me and cursing me, I'm not doing nothing. I'm letting him follow me, because he's another follower. But if he's not following me and cursing me, I'm blocking him. So
That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair. So, did you experience any politics with the ADCC? I know that when we spoke about it, you spoke about how they were more interested in the sport than they are in any politics. But were there any that you experienced? Any blowback? Any stories that you have like that?
No, nothing. Nothing. The ADCC only sport. They don't mix politics with this. Nothing. Only sport. They don't care about nothing. They just develop the sport, make the sport grow. And that's why we have ADCC as well. If not, nobody, the ADCC. Also, the IBJJF, they came to Israel last year.
Yeah.
It was the first event. So it's almost so. No politics. Nobody cares about politics. Everybody cares about, you want to make the young people, go to the sport. You want to make the sport grow up. You want to make it huge. And the Israelis, they are fighter, natural and born fighter. Like, so we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make it. I think like in 5-6 years, we're gonna see a lot of Israeli in the world, like fighting. And I'm talking about MMA fight, not jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu today we have like more than hundreds, but
Yeah.
fighting all over the world.
Why do you think it's taken so long for it to catch on in Israel? Like, why do you think
Because
it's
we
been such a long
start
time?
after the world was start before us. Like I think like at least 10 years, and then we start, and nobody wants Israeli to. The ticket is too much to take you to event in the States, and you need to come with a cornerman, and you need the hotel. So that they can bring a fighter that's gonna cost like less, not a half, even. Like let's say it's in numbers, like Israeli fighter gonna cost them like 10,000 to bring them to fight with the salary and everything, and the American fighter gonna cost them like 2,000. So we stay back. But now it's different because Bellator came to Israel. Bellator make event over here. Every event is like 9,000 people. People sign in Bellator. The fighters is like have something to wait for, you know. So now it's growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Now, I have a couple of questions here in the comments of one of the videos. Adam Miller is asking two questions. First question is, tell us a bit about your interest in and love of Batman. I know
Okay, so I started to love Batman when I was a young kid. I was living in the States, I think 89, the first Batman came on, and I started to see it, and it was like, wow, you know, that the guy know how to fight, you know, the guy like wearing black, and I find myself walking in a security guard all my life in the night, like a bouncer, wearing black, fighting with criminal, and I'm not a cop, using old gadget, you know, like mace and like you know, like a stick and stuff like that. I said, oh my god, I'm like Batman, you know. So one of the and I started to collect old stuff of Batman when I was like 16 years old, you know, a lot of rare stuff and stuff like that. So when Mike Goldberg, Bellator announcement, like interview me and talk about what you're with the Batman and stuff and Batman, and I tell him the same story, like. And then when I came to the ring, he said the Israeli Batman, and then it stuck on me. And everybody think I made it. I didn't make it. It's Mike Goldberg said it first time. The Israeli Batman, you know. And then I start with the Batman tattoos, and I have a lot of Batman tattoos, you know.
How many tattoos do you have?
I have like I think one on my body. only the stomach I left it like empty because of the haps. So I still have haps, so I don't want to mess him. So only the stomach is empty. Everything is like full. Everything.
Gotcha. Now another question from Adam Miller. You had surgery on your hand from when you were a security guard. What was the rehab like for that?
Well, somebody stabbed me and cut all my nerves in my hand. I don't feel the hand until today. I don't feel nothing. The hand is like nothing. I did like 5 surgery in the end. So I made the first surgery and I said, okay, that's it. And then still the end wasn't good. Like a second injury, second surgery. I make like 5 like that. It took me like I think like 5 years of surgery. Like every year or every a couple of months, like a surgery, and then the recovery, and then you see it's not working, and you need another one. Until I came to the surgery, to the doctor, and said, I tell him what I want him to do, because I start to understand what I need. And the last surgery did it. So today I don't feel the end, but I can fight. Recovery was, hard. But every recovery, when your mind is set and you want to do that, and nothing can stop you, So like the end was like the small surgery I did. I did like 16 surgery in my body. Like 3 in the back, nose, face, 5 in the hand, the knee, the guy who broke my leg, everything. But the main thing that I want to continue fighting, so nothing can stop me. My mind was focusing on coming back, and I was training and came back to fight.
Now, I mean, different people have different mindsets about, having to take time off. One of my coaches, who is, also who is a former MMA fighter, talks about visualization. So I know that a lot of people are struggling with the COVID-19 situation. They can't train. Do you have any experience with visualization as a training tool or as a way to stay fresh?
So I'm using a doctor. Like my doctor is living in the States. He's got his clinic is in Miami. His name is Patrick. He's like a sport therapy or something like that. I don't know how to call it in English. So he's teaching me to train my mind like I'm training my body, So before I'm fighting, I'm training my mind like I'm training my body. It's the same thing. When your mind is set, when you know what you want to do, and you can focus and you can do whatever you want, So I'm doing that. So now I bought to my house like mattress. I bought to my house like a couple of machines, to train in the Corona time, and I'm training. And even if I'm not training, I'm watching video. I'm teaching my mind to stay in shape. Because sometimes the mind is better than the body, you know. If your mind stay in shape, your body is gonna come over there, you know.
Okay, gotcha. That's a great answer. So what are some things that you do to keep your mind in shape?
Watching video, meditate, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, it's our time now to stay focused and to stay like fresh. You know, it's hard. Here
Hmm.
in Israel, we didn't left their home like 2 months. So, you know, 2 months and staying home, only the supermarket and coming back. You know, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
people got crazy. I'm trying. You know, I'm trying. I'm trying.
What are the rules in Israel right now? Like, what's the situation there?
You can go from your house only 100 meters. It's nothing, and you can go only to the supermarket. That's it. And now today, I think today they started to open like business and stuff like that. Nothing too much, you know,
Hmm.
but only today. But everything is like closed. Everything is delivery. If you want something, you have to deliver it. Nothing you can buy, you know. Go to the store and buy.
Now you mentioned that you've worked security in the past. Are you still working security now, or
No,
like, you know?
no, security. I'm not doing nothing. No, no security for me anymore. Well, yeah, maybe I'm gonna open a new gym after the Corona shit is gonna over. You know, like not like a class and stuff like that. Only for a private class, you know, like
Hmm.
private in private. Because you know today I'm in Israel. Like everybody knows me because of the MMA and stuff like that. So everybody want me to teach them and stuff. But I don't want classes and stuff like that. It's not for me. But maybe to open like a gym just for the private classes, you know. You want a private class, you can come, you know, in the morning, evening, whatever you want. And in the evening, gonna be classes, but not. I'm not gonna teach it.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that a lot. You know, I've talked about this a lot, both in my articles and then also on some of these discussions I've had with people. The difference between people that teach and people that do, and sometimes people that do don't want to teach, or people that teach don't want to do. Share a
That's
little
me.
bit about that.
That's me. I don't like to teach. You know, I can teach a professional fighter. Yeah, somebody who know what he's doing, but I cannot teach new ones. You know, that somebody wanna start. I cannot. I can't handle it. That I'm saying something that the guy doesn't understand what I want. You know, that's me. I don't know some people,
No,
other
no.
people, you know? But I can teach somebody who knows what he's doing. You know, so I can show you something and you get it like after 2 times, 3 times, not like after 500 times. You know, but that's me. So that's why I closed my gym, you know, because I couldn't teach too much and people wanted me to teach them, you know. And when I was competing, so the classes was from like 20 people to like 3 people come. Because no, Chaim is in the States, he's fighting, no, so you understand? So I closed the gym, but now there's a lot of people that want me to teach. A lot of people, I'm getting like every day message. Because the MMA in Israel becomes so famous, you know, so public, you know, like articles and TVs and stuff like that because of the Bellator. So everybody knows me. So it doesn't matter when I'm going to go, yo, I want to come teach me. But I'm not teaching. No, I want to come, please. So I decided because I closed my security company because of the situation now with the Corona, because there's nothing to do. So I said, maybe I'm going to open like a gym just for private classes. You know, like you come 2 people, I'm training you. 2 people, I'm training you. That's it. You know?
Gotcha. Now, when you're in Israel training, where do you primarily train, or how do you like? Who do you get your rounds in with if you're in Israel? I know when you come to the States, you're training at Henzo's. When you're in Israel, where do you train?
Okay, so I have a couple of training like coaches in Israel. So the first one is like Muay Thai and boxing one. It's like Chezi Rechtman. He's teaching in like a couple of places in Israel. This is my head coach. And after that, I have Moshe Kedar. It's like training like second for my house. You know, he's like training like he's got like wrestling over there, jiu-jitsu over there, and like condition over there. I'm doing that, and I have like my condition trainer, Eyal, is like he's American even. He's opened a gym in Israel and like doing the stuff that I need because of my age. I cannot train like everybody else, you know. So he know what I need and teach like train me what I need. And then I have my nutrition, also one of my team, like make my diet good and everything, like, because I'm now 96 kilo and I'm fighting 77, so I have like 20 kilo to go down. So I have
So
like a couple of coaches and stuff like that. The jiu-jitsu I'm doing myself, because and then when we like getting a couple of people and start, rolling and stuff like that. With that, when before a fight, we're not like teaching new stuff, only the stuff we need for the fight, So basically, we're rolling a lot.
gotcha. Now, when you're in Israel, or like, what is your divide between Israel and the United States? How much time are you spending in Israel versus the United States?
Depend my fighting and Aviv fighting, because like last year, Aviv fought in April, so I came like in February to be with him in a training, in his training camp, and then he fought, and then he need to go back to Israel, but then they closed me the Madison Square Garden fight, so I stay in New York, so like I came in February and went back to Israel in July. So it's like depend of the fights. So I don't know. So if Aviv fight, I'm going to his fight. If I'm fighting, I'm going to my fight. It's like that. But now the Corona stuff, we don't know nothing here. We don't know nothing. Everything is shut down. Everything, all the world. I was supposed to fight in Kasai in May, shut down. Aviv was supposed to fight in May 9 in San Jose Bellator, shut down. Everything was shutting down. So it's crazy. You don't know what to do. You know what to
Now,
do. We're just waiting for everything to finish.
yeah. Now, as you've mentioned, you're no spring chicken, and at some point or another, you're probably going to think about retiring from fighting. Maybe one day, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not a year from now, but someday in the future. At that point, do you think that you're going to focus more on these jiu-jitsu competitions, the super fights, like the ones that are having retired MMA fighters come on and do their thing? What do you think about that sort of thing? Like Jake Shields has been doing a lot of these Polaris and fight to wins. I know you did a fight to win. Was it in
Yeah,
Philly?
but every time I came to fight for me, win for me was like jinx. Every time I came over there, I was something happened. For the first time, I came. I was supposed to fight in like 90. I don't know. I mean, I remember the weight. Suddenly, the guy didn't came, so they give me like 20 pounds. Somebody bigger than me, like a day before. Oh, come on. The second time I came, the guy canceled the same night, the same day of the fight. So they give me something else, somebody else. Everything was. I never came over there and was supposed to fight somebody, and I fought the guy. You know. So, and I never came over there in good shape. Because I basically trained for the jiu-jitsu, for the MMA. So every time I came to jiu-jitsu fight, I was like, training like basically not like condition and stuff like that. But now, after I'm going to retire, of course, I'm going to come in good shape and show all the kids that I'm old for a reason.
What are some organizations that you want to compete on? Are there anything specifically that you have that you're eyeing? Like I know you mentioned Kasai. I know you've done Fight to Win.
Yeah,
Anything that you want to?
I talked, because I was supposed to fight in May. I think May 2nd was supposed to be the fight, and
That's not happening now.
I asked to fight in. I asked to fight in New York. I want to fight in New York or LA or Miami when there's a lot of Israeli and Jewish people, because I want to bring our people to to show to see the show, and I told them, if I'm fighting, there's a lot of people. When I fought in Madison Square Garden, Bellator can tell you that I sold the most ticket from all the local fighters. Yeah, understand? I'm not
That's
living in New
amazing.
York. I just came for like 3 months training camp, and I sold more than everybody. Two Madison Square Garden I fought, and I know if I'm fighting after the Shabbat, the Saturday after and not in Friday, I can sell a lot of tickets because people know me and I can sell. I know how to sell. So every organization that's going to bring me, if I'm fighting after, in Saturday, but after like 7 o'clock, that Jewish can come, I'm going to sell more than everybody. I promise you that.
That's wonderful. Now,
So
are
I
you
have like
sure?
also I have Kasai and Win to Fight. No, Fight to Win or Win to Fight. That's the only organization I was in contact. I didn't start it yet because I want to do another MMA fight. Basically, I was retiring in November, but I think I can do one more. And I have opponent that I want him.
I know who
Doesn't
you want.
answer me yet, but I'm not gonna leave him until he say yes.
Let's
So I
let's
have
talk
one
about
more
that.
fight in my belt, and if he want me, he can get me.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Who is this person that you want to fight?
I want Dylan Dennis, the guy that talk, but never walk the walk. He's just talking. He's in like challenging people that die, challenging people that fighting in the UFC, challenging people that live in Mars, challenging people that live in the moon. Yo, I'm over here. I'm fucking 47 years old next week, and I have more fight than you. I fought in like 3 years, more fight than you, and you fucking 20 years less than me. You know, I fought like 6 fight, no, like 6, like 8 fight in like 2 years. I'm not talking about jiu-jitsu fight in the middle, just the MMA fights.
Mm-hmm.
I broke every bone in my body. I was like in hospital like 500 times because fighting. I don't care. He said he can fight this one, he can fight that one. He's signing Bellator, I sign in Bellator. Let's fight. November 12th, Israeli, 9,000 people come to see the show. I want to fight him. So now he doesn't answer me. I even did this shirt. You watch this t-shirt. It's
Let's see the
me.
t-shirt.
It's me with my key change. Key change. Oh, I can't see that. See that? No, no, no.
Hold on. Let me set it up so that they can see it. Give me just a second. I'm gonna set it up so that they can see it.
Yeah. So it's me with my key change. My key change is Dylan Dennis. You see the key change? Because I cannot see it.
You have to turn a little bit. I see your elbow. I see the elbow. You got to turn the other way.
Yeah, because the camera is different.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I hear you though. I mean, he's got to accept the fight.
He's not gonna accept the fight. You know why? Because he like easy fights that people doesn't know how to fight. And I'm a fighter. You know what is a fighter? Even if I lost the fight, I'm gonna be with you 3 rounds. All the fight that I lost was 3 rounds. Everybody that beat me fight for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He cannot fight 3 rounds. You know that. He needs somebody for 20 seconds to 2 minutes fight. I'm waiting for him.
We've been
Even
fighting
his coach unfollow me because of that on Instagram. You understand that? Come on. You unfollow me because of the...
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm just finishing up here. I'm still working while we're having this conversation. I'm just finishing some stuff up here. No. So, anyways, so tell me a little bit about some of the crazier experiences that you've had competing for the ADCC. I know that you are working with the ADCC, like bringing ADCC over to Israel, things like that. So tell us a little bit about how you got that really going, like the ADCC competition in Israel.
Well, I came for I came to the owner, not the owner, I don't know how to say it in English, like vice president or something like that, after the ADCC 2005, and start to talk to him. And he said, listen, it's not now, it's not going to be, it's not going to. And then in 2007, they invited me again to ADCC. So I fought twice in the world. And then I come to talk to him again, and I said him, listen, it's a good idea to do that. And then Renzo start to help and tell them, listen, it's a good idea to show the world At the ADCC, it's a sport organization, you know, so they accept us. And they said after that, like in 2008, they sent me an email and told me, yes, we want you to do ADCC Israel. You can do that. I told them like, yes. When you want me to do that? They told me in like 1 month, like that. I told them, okay, don't worry, it's gonna be there. In 1 month, I did the first ADCC. I told you it's like 80 people fought over there.
Yeah.
But after that, it start to
Kept growing.
grow up and grow up and grow up and grow up.
So I know that the last few years you didn't have a tournament there. You did not do a tournament in Israel.
What?
Why did you stop doing the tournament, the ADCC in Israel?
Stop?
I know that for a few years they didn't have it.
No. I didn't do that like 1 year because of the Bellator stuff. I started to continue to fighting in Bellator like all over the world. So I was half of the year not in Israel even, you know. So I couldn't organize it.
Yeah.
So that's the main problem. But you know, I didn't stop it because of a reason or something like that. Only because of me, because I was fighting and I was the main. You know, I was the organizer. I was doing everything, the promotion, the tickets, everything, the fighters. So when I started competing like professional in Bellator in 2016, I think it was the first fight, and then 17 they invited me like to Madison Square Garden. After that, Israel. After that, LA. You know, like every 3 months a fight. So I couldn't do that.
Did you consider hiring people, having a proxy, something to that effect?
No. In Israel, if you're not doing the job yourself, the job is not gonna be there. You know, I have to do everything by myself.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe, you know, not maybe.
I alluded to this a little bit earlier about the you know, martial arts transcending politics. Have you trained with people that are, I guess, on the other side, quote unquote? Have you trained with people that are not?
Yeah, but the Israeli citizenship, but the like a cousin, but with the Israeli citizenship, you know, like with the Israeli passport or something. Like, I don't know how to say it, but yes, we train with them. And in Hazel gym, of course, I train with them, with everybody, you know, because over there they got nobody cares, you know. Go to
is it difficult sometimes? Do you run into any difficulties or any
no,
I guess
because we are Israeli, you know. Israeli doesn't care about this war, you know. He doesn't look at it like them. They will look at us like enemy, want to kill us. I don't care if somebody come over in the neighborhood. Who cares? You know, I'm not gonna come and beat them up. If I'm gonna go to their neighborhood, they're gonna shut me down. They're gonna kill me. Everything's gonna cut me to half. So we don't care. I don't care. But if they hate me, deal with it. You know. If you're on the mat and you hate me and you wanna beat me, beat me. I don't know if you're gonna do that. If you're gonna can do that, you know, but try. So it's all the time, and we are like friendly, you know. When somebody came, yeah, hey, what's up? We're like that. So nobody can come and be our enemy in the mat, and nobody in Henzo mat can be my enemy because it's Henzo. And in Israel, we're all friends. So if somebody come train with us, so we're friends, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what barriers do you think that there are to, I guess, a better international community in martial arts? I know, like, you see a lot of these situations where people are withdrawing from judo matches because of the fact they're from a certain country and they don't want to go against an Israeli. And that's a big. I feel like
it's happened to me also in the European Championship or something. I think I get to the fight for the second and third place or something like that, and I'm waiting for the fight, and I didn't know who I'm fighting even. And then they told me, no, there's no fight. You're going to the podium, you know. I go to the podium, and then I see like first place because I lost for the first place, me second, and then I see third, a Turkish guy. I said, what the fuck was the Turkish guy came? They told me, no, you were supposed to fight him. He didn't want to come to the ring. Crazy, you know. I don't know what they want. I don't understand what the what is the meaning of that? You know, it's a sport. You fight, you win, you lose. I think in the country, their country, if they're going to lose to Israeli or Jewish, people are going to look at them like, you know, like something else. You know, you understand? So that's why they don't want to fight. But in our country, we don't care. Who cares who's fighting? We don't
You'll
care.
fight anyone.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm fine. I'm gonna go with a white chalk in the you know, in the pool. If you're gonna pay me money, I don't care. You know, I'm fighting.
What's it? So I was looking at your record a little bit earlier, and I saw some names on there. I saw some fucking names. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about some of the crazier fights that you've had.
So I have what with Carlos Newton. I took the fight in 1 day notice. With Jacare, I took the fight like 3 days notice. And I don't know who's I have over there. I don't remember even. But you know, every like a professional fighter, they like Jacare. Let's say about Jacare. Jacare is a crazy fighter, you know. But they send me a message. Look here, we're looking for Jacare, a fighter. I think 88 kilo. I don't remember the weight even. So I said, yes, I'm coming. You coming? Yeah, I'm coming. So I took the fight like it was like Sunday. The fight is supposed to be in Saturday. I didn't train for the fight. I called my boxing coach. I told him, hey, let's stand because Jacare is like the biggest grappler in the world, you know. I don't think I'm going to beat him in the ground. So I need like punches. So we have like 3 days to punch, you know, training for punches. And then flew to the place, you know. It was Jonker fight, you know. So we flew, I think it was Slovenia or something. Flew over there. And then, you know, I got beat.
Yeah, but I mean, you took that fight on like no notice, and you took it against fucking Jacare. You know?
Yeah.
So
Jacare.
I guess in those sorts of situations, what do you think it is that allows you to like? I know for me, like I can accept a match against anyone, even if I think 100% that I'm going to lose. I'll still accept the match. Is it that you believe that you're going to win, or is it that you think that you're going to lose but are willing to try to win? Like which?
I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior, not a fighter. You know, a fighter is like a ring. I'm a warrior. I don't care about nothing. I like to fight. I like to you know, I like to fight. So if you give me a fight, I'm coming. I don't care about who against who and what is my heart to, you know, if I have a, like, I'm going to win, I'm going to lose. I don't think about the winning and losing. I want to fight. First of all, I want to fight. And then if you're fighting at Jacare, of course, it's like 99% I'm going to lose. But who knows?
Right.
You know, stuff happen in the world, so I'm going to accept the fight. So even now, I'm 47 years old. I'm in challenging a young guy that was a world-class jiu-jitsu fighter or something like that. I don't care about him. And talking like he's the best MMA fighter in the world, but he didn't just do 2 fights with 2 bums that didn't do nothing. You know, like they bring him those fighters to win. So I told him, let's fight. Let's fight. If you want to be a warrior or be a fighter and want to see somebody that want to fight, come fight me. You know?
Yeah.
And you're going to be probably in the co-main event in Israel, you know? That's something that in the States you're going to be like in like 200 fights. You need 200 fights to be a co-main event because nobody cares about him. Only himself and the guy who you know, the key change, you know, the guy with the key change, the Conor McGregor. So
yeah.
That's the only 2 people that the one people that care about him, you know? So I can fight him if you want.
Have you talked to Bellator to try to get them to, you know, push this fight?
I don't talk to Bellator about it. If you're gonna say yes, the fight gonna be, it's gonna be up. You know, the fight gonna be. But he doesn't talk. He watch my story every day, but he doesn't talk. You know, so I'm here. I'm not gonna stop. November, you know, November is coming. You know, winter is coming. So I'm waiting for him.
Now, I don't know if you heard about this, but recently there was a revelation that Lyman Good, who was a former Bellator champ, I think, uh, tested positive for COVID-19, and that he had been scheduled to fight on the canceled UFC card. Do you think that there's going to be a long-term effect of COVID-19 on MMA and on Bellator?
I don't know. It's crazy time. People can get this, Corona stuff. I don't know. People like fighter need to take care of themselves, not to train with everybody, only with people they know, only people that was in quantity, that didn't see other people and stuff like that. So it's crazy. But I believe they're gonna find a medicine and everything's gonna be finished and that's it. A vaccine or medicine or something gonna be there. I think like in the couple of months to go, in the next couple of months. So it's gonna be finished. And
True.
all the world gonna come back to do what they used to do. Because it's crazy like that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Do you think that there are going to be, like, if there's no vaccine, do you think it's going to hurt the sport? I know, for example, there's a Submission Underground card happening on Sunday in Parts Unknown. I don't know if you've heard of Submission Underground. It's Chael Sonnen's organization. The headliner is Craig Jones versus Vinny Magalhaes. So it's a pretty decent card. What do you think about that? What do you think about like those sorts of things? Do you think that's
I
reckless, or
didn't
do you
know
think?
that's gonna be up. That I didn't know about it, but it's nice if they do the check. They check their fighters and everybody's cool. So do that. That's what I'm thinking. But I didn't know even the event is gonna be happen.
Uh,
But it's nice.
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool card. I was actually just chatting with somebody earlier today about it. How you look at the top to bottom, there's a lot of really impressive matches. Ethan Crelinsten's on it, going against the 10th Planet black belt. We'll see what happens, but
I need to talk to Chael Sonnen.
yeah, you need to
I
talk
want
to
to fight
Chael
in this
Sonnen.
event. I want to fight in this event. It
Yeah,
was in
well, so
Israel this year.
yeah, what they do is they do a 5-minute round in a cage, and you're allowed to use the cage. So there's cage fighting, and
Nice.
then
I
so
didn't know.
how
So when Chael Sonnen was in Israel, I didn't talk to him about it, but now I'm going to talk to him about it. I want to fight in his organization. They asked me who you want to bring to Israel, for to show the people, the audience, the fans. So I tell them you need to bring Chael Sonnen because everybody likes Chael Sonnen, the bad guy, and Israeli like the bad guys, you know, the gangster and stuff like that. Israeli people like it, so they bring Chael Sonnen to Israel.
for sure.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. Now, once you do start competing professionally in jiu-jitsu more frequently, is there anybody specifically that you want to go against? Any opponents that you're looking to go against
In
in
jiu-jitsu?
jiu-jitsu? Yeah,
Man, I don't care. I don't care jiu-jitsu. After MMA, who cares who you're gonna fight in jiu-jitsu? What are they gonna do? You submit you? Come on. In MMA, you can go to the ring and wake up in the hospital. In jiu-jitsu, you're gonna wake up. You're not gonna wake up. You're gonna still gonna stay in the ring. I
yeah,
don't care. I don't care. If what I want to fight. I don't care about who I'm gonna fight. I don't care who they're gonna give me. I want to fight. So if they're gonna give me a professional fighter, like somebody with a big name, I'm gonna fight him. It's better for me. I like the big names. They're gonna give me somebody like unknown, so I'm gonna fight him also because I want to fight. And they give me the opportunity to fight. I'm coming. I'm not
now
staying in shape, and staying in good condition and training like in 47 years old for nothing. Who need it? I want to fight.
yeah. Now you're a fourth degree black belt. You've been training for a long time. One thing that I noticed from watching old tape of yours is that you've been going for leg locks forever. Like, you've been going for leg locks since the fucking beginning. I noticed that there's a meta game developing in jiu-jitsu, of leg locks being more prominent, and the leg lock system and the John Danaher style system. what are your thoughts on that development? You know, is it that they're doing something different, or is it they're systematizing it better, training it better?
The system is the leg locks is okay. The jiu-jitsu is developed every time because the human body is developed. You know, somebody come with a good like I don't know that like he's a shoot like you know like I don't know how to say that like the body is changing. You know. So
Okay.
this guy can be a flexibility. The flexibility can be that this one is strong, you know. So everybody is like different. So the jiu-jitsu is like develop, you know, develop every time. But John take the jiu-jitsu and broke it to pieces, you know, broke it to pieces. So everything is like with pieces. He teach you part and part and part and part of the drill, you know, of the submission. So that's why it's so good, you know. It's not like do that and that's it. It's like do that and then do that and then that and then go and you know it's like it breaking the jiu-jitsu drill for a couple of like stuff and that's why it becomes so good, you know. So I'm
So
doing leg locks forever and then I'm coming to John and I see I don't know nothing. You understand? It's crazy.
yeah.
So that's why I'm going whenever I'm in the States. I'm going to John every day doing private every day. You know. So that's what I think. I think that the jiu-jitsu is developed all the time, but the system is how to do it good, you know, because
Gotcha.
nobody can invite their will again, you know, it's over there. You just need to know how to make it good, you know, like I don't know if I you understand me because
No, that made
it's
sense.
hard
That made sense.
it's hard for me to say it in English, you know, but I hope you
No,
understand me.
you made sense. It made sense. Your answer made sense. Are there other instructors other than Danaher that you like to seek out to work with? Anybody else that you know really?
The only people that I'm working for like the last couple of years, Henzo, of course, all the time, and then John, and then I start with Gordon Ryan. You know, from my Bellator 188, I bring Gordon Ryan to Israel. He just won the ADCC, the first ADCC he won.
Mhm.
I bring him from over here to Israel to help me with the training camp, and also I start working with them and with Gordon Ryan. And you know, Gordon Ryan when he teach, it's like John, the same. He's talking the same, he's teaching the same, and in Bellator 188, I took the second fastest submission in Bellator history. So
Yeah.
the only three coaches I'm training with when I'm outside of Israel, it's Henzo, John, and Gordon.
All right,
I'm
great.
trying to do as much of private I can do. You know, I'm coming to every John classes, but I'm trying to do every private I can do. You know, and like every day if I can do that.
For sure. So, I mean, we're at about the hour mark here. You know, is there anything that you want to talk about that we have not yet talked about? Anything that we have not covered that you want to cover?
No, I hope the Corona stuff is gonna be over and the world is gonna come back to his life. You know, and everybody gonna start doing events and the fighters gonna start competing and we want a life back. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Everybody
I know
want
what
a
you mean.
life back. You know. So I hope it's gonna start because I want the November show and I want Dylan Dennis to come and fight, and not just talking on Instagram and talking on Facebook and talking about in Twitter. You know, come and fight. I'm challenge you to fight a real fight.
Strong words, man. Well, I really appreciate you taking time this evening
Thank you.
to speak with me, and thank you so much for representing Israel the way you do.
Thank you. You also represented. You know,
I try, I try,
you
but
try good.
well. If there are any questions, for those of you that are still watching, I'm going to take a quick look at the comments here. If not, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm just going to take a quick look at the comments in here. Facebook.com/EmilFisherBJJ. While I look at this, just want to let you guys know. So tomorrow, 4 p.m., I have Stuart Cooper coming on. Stuart Cooper. He's the videographer that handles all the ADCC videos and does all that good stuff. And then Thursday, I've got my coaches, Sean Doherty and Pablo Castro. Friday, I have John Combs, who won the ADCC trials. He's a very decorated, high-level competitor. Saturday, I have Kyle Bame at about, I believe, 5 p.m. I got to check the schedule. I'll be posting that. Doesn't look like there are any comments here. Haim, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast.